Here are your Court News Ohio top stories in 5 minutes.
Are you going to vote, ma'am?
When Ohio voters go to the polls on November 4th, they will see more than 200 judicial contests. Of the 225 races across the state for the Ohio Supreme Court, the Common Pleas, County, and State Appellate Courts, 155, or 69%, are uncontested. Both of the Supreme Court races are contested, with Justice Sharon Kennedy running for re-election against State Representative Thomas Letson, and Justice Judith French running to retain her seat against Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas Judge John O'Donnell. There are 18 judges in the trial and appeals court levels who are running contested races to retain gubernatorial appointments to judgeships, and another 19 appointees are running unopposed. Results from the races will be posted on the Supreme Court website on November 5th.
The Ohio Supreme Court on October 21st clarified standards for evaluating workers' compensation cases. In a 5-2 decision, the court ruled that Ohio does not recognize the doctrine of dual intent when determining whether an employee injured while traveling for both work and personal reasons is entitled to benefits through workers' compensation. The decision makes clear that benefits are available only for an injury that occurs in the course of and arising out of the person's employment. The justices returned the case to the trial court for further proceedings.
The Ohio Supreme Court indefinitely suspended Columbus attorney Christopher Cicero for misconduct, and 2 other lawyers were suspended for a year. Cicero was indefinitely suspended on October 23rd from the practice of law for changing his own speeding ticket to a headlight violation without the consent of a prosecuting attorney. The justices were troubled by Cicero's pattern of misconduct, as he had 2 prior disciplinary cases before the Supreme Court. Columbus attorney James Owen was suspended on October 22nd for 2 years with 1 year stayed if he meets certain conditions. Owen had a sexual relationship with a client's wife in the late 1990s. The client, who was on trial for murdering his parents, received a new trial once he learned of the affair. Lawyers are not allowed to have sexual relationships with clients, and the justices upheld the same principle for the spouses of clients. Howard attorney Paul Harmon was suspended for 2 years with 1 year stayed for failing to disclose all his assets during his bankruptcy petition. Harmon claimed his bankruptcy attorneys were responsible for the misconduct.
The Ohio Supreme Court's new automated electronic filing system launched on October 23rd and is expected to help the clerk's office handle the more than 2,000 cases filed each year at the court. More than 85 lawyers are participating in an e-filing pilot program that is expected to last until the end of the year. It is intended that the program will be expanded to all registered lawyers in early 2015 and then to pro se filers later in the year.
The main advantages are that the system is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The filing deadlines aren't altered, but attorneys can use the system around the clock. The other main advantage is that they don't have to come to Columbus, and they don't have to bring numerous copies of their documents into Columbus for filing.
The portal is available on the Supreme Court website and includes a user guide with step-by-step instructions for e-filing.
The Ohio Supreme Court is accepting applications for transportation grants to help schools offset costs to visit the Thomas J. Moyer Ohio Judicial Center. The Supreme Court's Civic Education section will accept online applications from teachers or administrators through November 7th. The grants will be applied for those who visit January through June 2015. All Ohio educators are eligible to apply for a grant, which will be awarded to schools with the highest percentage of students enrolled in the free and reduced lunch program, as reported by the Ohio Department of Education. The Thomas J. Moyer Ohio Judicial Center Foundation is providing about $7,000 for the grants. The grants are worth up to $440 and are for students in the 4th through 12th grades. This is the 3rd year the foundation has provided money for transportation grants for a total of nearly $58,000.
It's a tremendous benefit. It's so helpful that they've channeled this money to schools that cannot otherwise afford to make these trips.
The Visitor Education Center features interactive exhibits where students can learn more about the judicial system through a fun, hands-on approach. Students can also tour the historic Supreme Court courtroom. The court will only accept online applications. For more information, please email the Visitor Education Center at courttours@sc.ohio.gov. That's a look at Court News Ohio's top stories. Visit courtnewsohio.gov for the latest headlines on Ohio's courts. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.